You ever stare at your credit card bill and think, how did it get this high? Yeah, me too. It was one of those chilly Saturday mornings in Pennsylvania when the air smells like fall, crisp and faintly sweet from the nearby bakery. The local supermarket was buzzing. The rhythmic beep of scanners, carts squeaking against the polished floor, and people chatting in hurried tones filled the air. Somewhere between the canned goods and the bakery section, I was pushing a half-full cart that was slowly becoming too heavy to steer. Boxes of cereal, chicken breasts for the week, laundry detergent, apples, toilet paper, the essentials of everyday life, the small, invisible backbone of a home. As I made my way toward the checkout, I tightened my grip on my wallet. My fingers brushed over the shiny blue credit card in one slot and the crisp bills in another. And once again, that familiar little question echoed in my head. Should I swipe the card or pay with cash? It happens every single time I'm at the register. Every single time I pause for a split second before making my choice. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one. Across the country, in kitchens and checkout lines, thousands of women like me, mothers, wives, homemakers, are quietly asking themselves the same thing. Which is smarter? Which helps me manage our family's money better? That morning, as the cashier greeted me with a polite smile, I stared at the screen, then down at my card again. A simple choice, but one that over the years has come to symbolize something much bigger. Control, freedom, discipline, temptation, all in one swipe or one handful of bills. My name is Emma, and I live in a small town in central Pennsylvania. Our house isn't big, but it's cozy. A 2-bedroom, 1-story place with a tiny porch and a maple tree that turns fire orange in the fall. I live here with my husband, Ryan, and his parents, Bob and Linda. Ryan and I have been married for a little over 6 years now. We don't have kids yet, not because we don't want them, but because, well, we're still figuring things out financially. Ryan works full-time as an HVAC technician. I work part-time from home, doing bookkeeping for a local business, and handle everything else around the house. Meals, cleaning, errands, caring for his parents. Some days I feel like I'm running a small company called The Family Budget, Inc. We make enough to get by, but there's never too much left over. And that's why every choice I make, every dollar I spend matters, especially at that supermarket checkout line. Just a week earlier, I'd been in the same store, same line, same dilemma. I'd filled my cart with the usual groceries plus a few extras, pumpkin spice coffee pods, because fall deserves it, and a small scented candle that reminded me of home. As I placed everything on the belt, I did the quick math in my head. Okay, around $120? Maybe $130 with tax. I reached for my wallet. Part of me wanted to use my credit card because, well, cash back. Who doesn't love that? But another part of me hesitated. I could already picture the end of the month. Me sitting at the dining table, staring at the credit card statement like it was a horror movie. Every small purchase, every just this once, adding up into something that looked like a financial avalanche. That feeling of guilt, of losing track, of seeing the total and thinking, how did it get this high? It's the worst, and yet so familiar. So I sighed, pulled out a few crumpled 20s and paid in cash. It hurt a little more, physically handing over the money. But maybe that's the point. Over time, I've learned that for many Americans, credit cards are powerful tools, if used the right way. They build your credit score, give you cash back, miles, rewards. They make it easy to shop online or cover emergencies when you don't have enough on hand. But cash, old, simple, tangible cash, is a different kind of power. It's not about convenience, it's about control. When you use cash, you feel what you're spending. You see it leave your hand. There's no, I'll pay it later. It's gone. Both have their roles, but finding balance between the two, that's the real challenge. Let me start with the bright side of credit cards. When I first got mine, I was in my early 20s. I remember feeling so grown up, like I'd just been handed a key to adulthood. And honestly, credit cards can be amazing. They help you build a credit history, which matters for everything from renting a home to buying a car. Many offer cashback, travel miles, or rewards that can actually save you money if used smartly. They provide fraud protection. If someone steals your card, you're not liable for most unauthorized charges. And they make it so easy to track expenses through monthly statements, but there's always a but. The truth is, credit cards are only great when you're in control. One missed payment, one "I'll pay it off next month," one emergency that throws your balance out of whack, and suddenly the thing that was helping you starts to hurt you. Interest rates are brutal. Late fees pile up. And the emotional toll, the stress, the shame, the feeling of drowning in your own spending can eat you alive. I've been there. There was a time when I swiped my card without thinking. Starbucks runs, cute mugs, extra groceries, just in case. Then one day, the bill came. $450. I remember sitting on the couch holding that paper, my heart racing. Ryan didn't yell. He didn't even sigh. He just looked at me and said softly, we need a plan." That night, we sat together and created our first real budget. That was the night I learned credit cards are tools, but dangerous ones if you forget who's holding the handle. Cash, on the other hand, is brutally honest. When I switched to using cash for groceries, I started with the envelope system, an idea I found on a budgeting blog. Each week, I'd put $200 into envelopes labeled groceries, gas, personal, household. Once an envelope was empty, that was it. No more spending in that category, and it worked. Because when you pay with cash, you see the money disappear. You count it. You feel the texture of the bills. You understand instinctively what you're giving up. It's like the universe whispering, "Hey, are you sure this is worth it?" Every time you buy something. But cash has its limits too. No cashback, no rewards. If you lose it, it's gone. And let's be real, carrying too much of it feels unsafe, especially these days. When I think about it now, I don't really see credit cards and cash as enemies. They're just different tools for different kinds of people. With a credit card, it's incredibly easy to overspend. You swipe, you walk away, and sometimes you don't even realize how much you've spent until the bill arrives. But it does come with some great perks. Cashback, reward points, even travel miles. It's convenient, secure, and perfect for online purchases or emergencies. Cash, on the other hand, is honest. It sets a clear limit. When you run out, you stop spending. It helps you see and feel your money, but of course there are no rewards, and if you lose it, it's gone for good. It's not as convenient as a card, but it keeps you grounded. In the end, it's not really about which one is better. It's about which one you can control better. Because money isn't just about math, it's about mindset. I used to think using a credit card was bad, that it meant you were irresponsible. But then I realized it's not the tool that's dangerous, it's how you use it. A knife can cut vegetables or hurt someone. A car can take you places or crash. A credit card can do both, help or harm. Now I use it as a tool, not a trap. And that shift, just that change in mindset, transformed my finances. And honestly, my confidence. Here's what works for me now. I use my credit card for gas because I get 3% cash back. Online purchases because it's safer. Monthly bills like internet or streaming, so I can track them in one place. But for groceries, personal spending, and eating out, I use cash. It keeps me accountable. There's something grounding about handing over a $20 bill and realizing it's gone for good. Every Sunday evening, I sit down with my little blue notebook. I write out what I spent that week. Every coffee, every grocery trip, every Amazon order. I don't judge myself, I just track. And that small habit, writing it down, has done more for my financial peace than any fancy budgeting app. Sometimes when I'm tempted to just swipe, I remind myself, you're not rich because of what you earn, Emma, you're rich because of what you keep. So, if you're listening to this, maybe you're like me, a woman trying to stretch every dollar, someone standing in the checkout line, wondering if she should swipe or count out bills. Here's what I've learned from trial, error, and a few sleepless nights. If you're disciplined, if you can pay your balance in full every month, track your expenses, and stay mindful, then use that credit card. Enjoy the rewards. Let it work for you. But if you're still learning to manage your spending, if you tend to lose track or spend emotionally, start with cash. It's old-fashioned, but it teaches lessons no app ever could. In the end, it's not about credit or cash, it's about control. It's about knowing yourself, your habits, your triggers, your goals. Every dollar is a decision, and every decision is a reflection of who you are becoming. So the next time you're in line at the store and you find yourself hesitating between that shiny card and that folded stack of bills, take a breath, smile, and remember, you're the one in control. The tool doesn't define the woman defines the tool. That's the lesson I learned standing in that supermarket aisle in Pennsylvania, and the one I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. Thank you for listening to my story. If you're also learning how to manage your spending and find balance between using your credit card and paying with cash, please give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. I truly believe that when we share and support each other, every woman can become the smart financial manager of her own family. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Family Finance so you won't miss the next story.